Hi family, it's your sister Portia Mohau again. Let me also get used to saying it in the beginning. The only part I like saying is thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being part of the family. Respect will take you far. So when you comment, spice it up with respect, even if you don't know it. And you are not forced to be part of the channel. If you are offended, I've got my numbers. You can text me so that I'll bring you kindly and politely back to love. Anyway, family, I wanted to tell you a certain story about a certain man. This man came to me in a form that I don't even know how to detail it. He was sad. He was angry. He was bitter. So much he could have done. When he opened up to me, he said to me, I actually even wanted to get rid of the Sangoma. A man went to consult a Sangoma. A man was working in Rustenburg mines. He was a miner. He was getting paid well enough. He was a man whose life was not stuck, in a sense, because he had a good salary and he was taking well care of his wife and his family, So he went to a Sangoma first time because of an issue that arose at work. So the Sangoma was able to help him deal with the problem that he had. Now, the Sangoma, the traditional healer, had found himself an honorable client, someone that pays, someone that doesn't give him problems to do certain things. You see, family, this is not only a thing of Sangomahood or whatsoever. There are people that are able to take advantage of loyal and faithful hearts, you see. Especially if you see, even at workplaces, there are employers that are able to take advantage of loyal and faithful employees, literally anywhere. So this Sangoma was taken by the loyalty of this man and the respect and you name it, and the fact that he comes, he drives his car, parks there, and he comes there, does whatever he's been asked of. So he did exactly that. He captivated him, right? No, he captured him. How did he capture him? The man went. He was assisted, so he went again for the second time. Going this time around, he was making sounds, like he was complaining of sounds that he didn't know, that at home when I come back from work, be with my wife, there are these things that happen. This man had a beautiful house. It's not an A-class or whatever suburb, but it was a good suburb that he had afforded to buy himself a house. And his wife was there. Some of his family members would come. Sometimes he had a peaceful and beautiful life before he met the Sangoma. He went for the second time. Now he's hearing things when he is in his beautiful house. So the Sangoma said to him, I have to come there and work on your premises so that I protect it against evil people. Remember, he had helped him before, so he obliged. He went. This time, a Sangoma had a box. He had a certain box with him. So he told him that I need to dig and bury this box here. It's got things that are going to protect you, and your home will be protected. He believed him, he believed him because he has done something for him before, and he believed him. Traditional healers, or let's just say any prophet, any kind of prophet, is someone that you regard with respect, of high respect form in a sense, because these are people that we believe are sent, right? Yes. So this man allowed this man to do whatever he wanted. His beautiful wife was there. All of them, they were respecting the Baba who came there to do whatever he was doing. The man told him, the man said, because he had told him that you will come to my house, pick me up, drive me to your house, then bring me back. He did exactly that. He did not, the Sangoma had a van. So a bakkie, to those who don't understand, a van. Ne? So this time he didn't want to use his bakkie, he wanted to use his car. So he went. And then after going, he went to drop him. He worked on the premises and everything for protection, right? So he went back. When he goes back, it's no longer the sound in the noise. Now there are shadows in the house. The house now is like haunted. The wife is bleeding, like nose bleeding. The wife has problems. Now problems are serious. 2 weeks into this, there's so much that is now happening in their family. The wife was apparently 3-4 months pregnant. She also lost that. Every little chance that comes, the wife bleeds through the nose, down there, you see, and down there they don't look too much into it because she just miscarried. They go back to their Sangoma. They tell the Sangoma that there are shadows in the house. We see shadows, like problems are accumulating. It's no longer the sounds. And the Sangoma says, because your wife is bleeding like this, the things that were in your yard, they were just too much. So much that my own things now, they're fighting against that. That's why you see everything that is happening. He has a way. What you need to do now is leave your wife. Leave your wife here with me so that I can work on her, clean her and protect her against the other miscarriages that may come in future. And then I need to stop the bleeding because something is feeding off her blood. And the man leaves. The wife, the wife agrees. The wife has been there 2-3 months. The man is now worried. What's happening? The man goes to work, comes back and keeps calling, Baba, when can I come fetch my wife? Now this man doesn't care about anything. The only question now that he's asking is, when can I come to fetch my wife? The traditional healer, the Sangoma, says to him, bring the car. When you come, bring the car, because your wife here is not really okay. I need to be taking her to the rivers, to the mountains, and my back is giving problems. The man drives the car straight to that man's house. He leaves. He gives money that is required of him in order to buy certain things. They are going to the mountains. It's been 3 months. The wife is not coming back. The wife is literally like a zombie and is different. The man goes, nothing in him. He is given a powder that when he reaches home, he must put it in water, like warm water, like tea, and drink, so that he will see the exact people that have been behind his problems and his wife's problems. He does exactly that. Unbeknown to him, that was the final straw. The man is no longer able to go to work. Now it's like he is losing his mind because everything has gone bad. The man goes back to work after a friend pursues him to come back to work. Come back to work. You've not been coming back to work. It's been weeks. They'll end up firing you. He's been with that company for a very long time. He's been working in that mine for a very long time. So he's known. And they thought because he had problems, maybe it's part of that. So he goes back to work. When he goes back to work, one of his friends says, I want to invite you to church. He said, okay, I'll go with you to church. But I'm not a church person, because he is definitely not a church person. So he goes with this man to his church around there in Northwest, and they pray for him. For some odd reason, it's like he regains some kind of sanity, that like his senses back, that what has been happening to me is it's not okay. According to them and how they analyze it, it's a narcissist Sangoma, right? But that is beyond that. So eventually somebody from Rustenburg directed this man to come to me. So when he comes, he is telling me this story. I don't even need to throw bones. I already know what is happening to this man family. He has been used, and his household has been turned into a camp, or he has been turned into a nest for this Sangoma's demonic power. You understand? And from this family, he's been eating, and the wife is part of the what he needs in order for him to have power. Because some of the contracts you just can take from random families. Make sure that those families you hit and they focus on you as a Sangoma. You understand? So that basically what happened to this man. Family, I worked. I got threats. I got serious threats from a serious old man. You know, like I got threats. I worked on that man so much. The wife decided some other time, I am going where I need to buy what, because she was allowed to come back, but her senses were not okay until I worked. I worked, family. Yo, I worked, yes, I worked. Lapaya, it was a case that is so serious because I was up against another demonic power, because that man was really demonic, and so demonic, and outside the spiritual realm, on the physical realm. Family, he tried to threaten me. Like he tried, because I have released them. And releasing them, I'm going to the house. Where I am going to take that box. That box is in the wrong hands now. I have the box. I can literally do anything I want with his box. And he knew who took his box. The lady was going out, and then eventually she ran away. You see, because she has her senses back. So this family is now part of my customer, patient list. The man has lost. Not only did he lose the patients, it is his box he wants. And his box, I don't just give, because his box, I have to also take it somewhere, where I also draw my own powers. You see, it was a serious thing. I said to him, you know what? Because you know who you are. Don't use guns. Don't come with guns. Cook inside your shrine and let me cook. I told him that, old man, you know, family, the last time I remember this man was outside. His van was okay. His van had no problem all of a sudden. And when he came, you know, family, I enjoy people that are pompous, are big. You see, I love people that they act big, they talk too much, they are big, they threaten you. I love those people. So he was talking, hang on, you know, he's even calling me child. Hang on, you know, as he's calling me child, I say to him, I think you must go and cook inside your shrine and let me also find ways to defend myself, because you are definitely dangerous. You are telling me you're gonna deal with me. I'm a child, right? But one thing I want you to remember this day, as you threaten me, I'm going to close your that's what I said. You know, I told him that. I said to him, I'm going to close your bag of bones. I'm going to close your Sangoma hood. Like your valabunyangabako. That's what I said. He was threatening, he was talking too much, and I don't talk too much. You see, this one I'm not scared of, because this one is using power. The one I know is not like these born again Christians that you see, because the force they are using is quite different from the one this one I smell it from afar, and I tell him that no problem. Come uyopheka endubeni yakho, nami ngizopheka endubeni yami. Kodwa baba, into engifuna uyikhumbule iyodwa, ngovala bunyanga bakho. You see, because he's talking too much. And I don't want to talk too much. You see, I only want you to remember one thing of this day, sir. I'm going to close you as a Sangoma. That's all. Hey, Lengan, and he goes. And he did me nothing. Family. He did me nothing. All I heard was he had moved from where he was staying. He went to stay back home where he was coming from because he was practicing in another province and he was coming from another province. He had to go back. Why? Couldn't do me anything. I had released people that he had done wrong. He had done his own customer wrong. I've dealt with people that are coming from Sangomas and things that are in them were put on them by people they had consulted. And I was just being a Sangoma. You see, I also believe that that man could have done the same. In the first time he approached me, that's exactly what I told him. I think you would have done the same thing if someone consulted you. You would have worked because you're a Sangoma. So because I was able, you see, I was able to reverse everything that you have done. Now you are coming after me as a Sangoma. You see, since you are older than me, since you say you have more experience, Ngingan, go cook. And I'll sit here and cook. But one thing I want you to remember of this day, say, go vala bunyanga bako. That one we can bet on it. You see, and he did not take me serious. And I did exactly that. I don't know where he is now, but I know that time he moved from the territory he was in while we ruled it. So family, sometimes we go to places, wanting to remove the burden. You see, but the burden that we come back with is too much. It's so beautiful that when you're in crisis, say, come to me, ye who are weary and heavy laden. We take up Christ's yoke, we give him our burdens. You see, give him your burdens and he'll take care of you. You don't have to be carrying your own problems. You don't have to pray and carry the problems. But in you trying to solve your own problems, sometimes you create more problems for yourself. Because family, we do not know people. You may know a person up to a level of they're good, they're nice, they're laughing, they're trying to help you. But in most cases, other people, they're only trying to help themselves. Just like you trying to help yourself. So it is also important not to rely on self. Lean not in your own understanding. Scripture has warned us. Where you go and try to say, I'm going to get rid of this, sometimes is where you are going to get more problems. Focus on the author and the finish of your faith. Family, take your burdens and say, Lord, I cannot handle this. He's such a loving God, gracious God, and he will meet you at your every point of need. Because he said you must trust him. The only thing that we need to do is trust and obey. We don't want to trust him fully with what God is bigger than your problem. God knows what you're going through. Solving it yourself is only saying, I want to recreate another problem on top of the problem that I have. So I've met people that have been dealt with by people that they've consulted. And it's always never easy to get them out. You have to enter into a battle, because people that keep them there are people that gain something out of them being there. But in Christ, there is no such, because he's God who will never leave you nor forsake you. May the grace and peace of God be with you. I love you. God loves you more. Stay blessed.